I weaseled Schlatt into recording an extra podcast because
I said I didn't want to do it.
He didn't
because
want to
we
do
have
it.
2 already today, which requires at least, at the minimum, 2 hours.
Well, here's the thing.
And here's the thing. We had Eddie on last podcast, and we went for an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay, counter thing.
Counter thing. Keep going.
Turn the dial to your counter
Turn
thing.
the dial the other way, and let me continue talking.
All right.
I don't want to.
We showed up at 12, and our first podcast is at 2. So, for the sake
A clerical
of...
error by Ted Nivison.
And
may I add?
just to dig in a little further, guys.
Just to dig the blade in.
Schlatt, it is Big Thursday.
It is
Big Thursday.
And I just want to wish a happy Big Thursday to all you biggins out there.
Happy Big Thursday,
And the
guys.
bigots too.
Today
Happy Big
is
Thursday.
we may not be releasing
seriously.
this podcast on a Thursday, but I could assure you that when you are listening to it, you are hearing it from the mouths of people that are
Enjoying
the bounties of Big Thursday.
Try and channel the Big Thursday spirit. Get big while listening to this one.
I
okay?
suppose we should go around and sort of just talk about, I mean, since it
Big
is Big Thursday, just for the sake of the holiday. I mean, what does Big Thursday mean to you?
My grandfather fought in the Big War.
Of Big Thursday?
Yeah, and things started off small, but they got big. And so really I'm just grateful here that we can be here. We can be big together.
Yeah.
And
I'm big right now.
you're huge.
You're massive.
Thank God.
You're
Not a big fan of Small Sunday. Honestly, we could do away with it.
Small Sunday.
We could do, yeah. I think it's bigotry to have Small Sunday.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I think, it sounds vaguely religious, right? Christianity would be so much cooler if instead of Good Sunday and Ash Wednesday or whatever the fuck they do,
We just had big
just call it big. What's the day Jesus rose from the dead?
Big rising.
Friday.
Big Friday.
Big Friday.
I do like that. He got big.
He got big, and it's also just a big day for Christians everywhere. Big Friday. That's the day Jesus came back.
Yeah.
Not Good Friday. Who cares about good?
It was good, but
It was
before
good.
it was good, it was big.
Before
Nobody
it was
wants
good,
to
it
be
was big.
good. Everyone wants to be a little bit bad, and you can be a little bit bad on Big Thursday.
You can. You can be a little bit bad on any day of the week. but
It's easier to be a little bad when you're a little
Everybody
big
talks about
first.
Thanksgiving like they know what they're talking about, but in reality, I mean, there is nothing better than a Big Thursday, big feast.
You don't want a small turkey on Thanksgiving, do you?
No, you don't.
So in a way, the main descriptor of Thanksgiving is, in fact, big.
Big,
And Thanksgiving always falls on a Thursday.
but it's not Big Thursday.
It's not Big Thursday.
No,
No, that's a
And
That's
that's,
totally
their
reserved
main, and
for
that's
Big
the big,
Thursdays.
and that's the biggest mistake, as one would say, on Big Thursday of Thanksgiving. I mean, everybody loves the big feast of Big Thursday. I mean, you've got yourself some big chicken, some big cups. Everyone's got big cups, huge cups.
And you know what they say before you're going to eat? They
Yeah.
say, "Big in,"
Yeah.
and then you, yep.
And oftentimes, I mean,
It's good.
most of the time, if you're trying
It's
to deal with your dysphagia, you're drinking
What
the thick
hell
water.
Is that? Oh.
You're drinking the thick water, but on Big
right.
Thursday, it's called big water.
I guess it is kind of thick water. Really is just big water.
It's huge water.
Because the
I
water,
mean,
the water itself has
Itself
gotten
is bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite big meal from Big Thursday, big feast?
Big Mac.
Big Mac?
Ooh.
I like to hear that. That's what I like to
Yeah,
hear.
that's
Quick on
good.
that.
Yeah.
It's good.
What else is Big Egg?
They don't have Big Egg.
They've got Big Egg.
They don't have Big Egg.
They've
I'm
got
sure
Big
that
Egg.
they've
You just
got a
get
big
no.
egg.
Here's Big Egg. 2 egg.
No, it's
Yeah.
not 2 egg.
Big Egg is just 2 egg.
No, this isn't 2 Thursday. It's Big Thursday.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Big egg,
There's
out of
no
big
item on
chicken.
the menu called Big Egg. Ostrich.
Ostrich.
Ostrich
Borf.
eggs.
Ostrich
Ostrich
Chimed in
egg.
with ostrich.
Thank you, Borf. I appreciate
Borf,
you.
keep chiming in.
A pretty big bird.
Keep chiming in. I like
Wow.
your input on this Big Thursday.
So Big
Yeah.
Egg. What about you? Favorite big?
Favorite big? Oh.
You can take your time, man. It's Big Thursday. There's not really
I
a
mean,
lot of pressure.
really on Big Thursday, all I'm looking for is just a big meal. You
Okay.
know? And I mean,
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Almost a prerequisite of Big Thursday.
big bacon, big games.
Baconator.
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 Biginator.
I like to I'm bigging in my company.
Indy
I'm
be-
bigging in my
Indy be
factory.
ninging,
I'm
Indy be
bigging in my
gin-
Big-eyed-
corporate.
big-eyed peas.
Indy be ninging. Indy.
What are you saying? What are you
What are you
possibly
screaming
saying?
about?
No, keep going. I want to see if I can decipher what the hell he's fucking talking about. Keep going. Keep going.
Indy be Indy.
What is this?
What-
No, it's
What's going on here?
Indie bening.
What are you fucking saying?
Indie bening.
He is. It doesn't
Hey, not on
seem
Big
like
Thursday, not
anything
on Big
real is
Thursday.
coming out of your mouth. It's like you're speaking in wingdings.
How about big
dings.
dings?
Big
Yeah,
dings.
there we go. Big
Yeah.
dings.
So one of the things
This
that
is
I think
good. This
is
is
the
big.
most exciting about Big Thursday is that we're getting ready for the big celebration that happens every year.
I was thinking about just doing something small. For
What are the first things that we did? We're at the
What the fuck are you talking
What do you
about?
mean?
You're
I
doing
just-
something small for Big
I mean,
Thursday
I
celebration.
I just
what the
figured
hell
it's
is wrong with you?
I mean,
Fucking
it's
kidding
just
me?
Big Thursday, right? I mean, everyone else is showing up with. It's kind of just.
Put that water on the
Little-
desk. Put that water on the
Put
desk.
that water on the
Put
desk.
that water on the desk.
What are you doing?
Who the fuck do you think you are throwing a small celebration on our
No,
Big
it's a big
Thursday?
cel- I just
massively.
just figured I wanted to sort of just give a little something back, just
Okay.
a little something back.
That's
this
probably
Big Thursday.
terrible for audio.
We always there's always a lot of pressure on Big Thursday, and so I thought maybe this year we could just sort of do maybe we could just do a small
No.
Big Thursday.
Listen, here's the thing about Big Thursday. And Borf, you okay?
Mhm.
And Borf saw it happen himself. I mean, we're at the Game Grumps office. We showed up. We said Happy Big Thursday literally to every single person that we
Yes.
saw in
Yeah,
this
we did.
office.
Yep.
Borf didn't see it, but I mean, like, we had every single one of your,
We call him Big Bor.
coworkers will attest that we said Happy Big Thursday to them when we were walking in. And then,
and we followed it up with like keep it big.
and
They were like, I guess.
I mean, as far as I can remember today, we've been talking about Big Thursday. I mean, I don't remember when we weren't talking about Big Thursday, so I'd like to think that it's always been a thing.
Here's what
It
I
is
think
it is a big thing.
Here's what
by
I think
definition.
might be happening. Everybody here just might be Jewish.
That doesn't explain anything.
Well, everyone celebrates Big Thursday.
Hetty,
It is a non-denominational.
right.
Everyone can be big.
It's like Independence Day or something
Hey,
like that.
Schlatt, that
You
wasn't
think?
very big of you, man.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to come up with an explanation for why they
That
didn't. None
everyone
of them
at
knew.
Game Grumps is Jewish? That's
I'm
what your
just-
explanation
Well, I'm
was?
just thinking. Like it's big.
Like they just don't
Big
celebrate-
Friday,
oh, I see
Jesus
what you're saying,
come
like
back
they-
from the dead. They just don't celebrate
Oh,
it.
so you're equating Big Thursday to Easter or Christmas?
So you haven't seen Big Dreidel.
No, I have not seen Big Dreidel.
Well, and Big Thursday, they
Spinning
always,
through the city
I mean,
streets.
on Big Thursday, they're selling big dreidels in the streets. So I mean, I'm surprised that you would even sort of go
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel.
Don't.
What's going on over there? Looks like he's like resisting, like throwing up.
No,
or
he
something.
looks. That's what he looks like when he's about to burst out laughing, but he doesn't want
But
to.
saying the word dreidel? What is so funny about that?
Why
to
do you have a
sick
red
fuck?
Solo cup, but we've got the Pizza Hut cup?
I actually have my Nalgene here as always.
Yeah,
on the
he's
side. Stop!
That's falling on the ground.
Oh, barf! Oh,
Oh no. It's
I
okay.
made you out of clay,
a big bummer on
and
Big
when you're
Thursday.
dry and ready,
Thank you.
thanks, Borif.
You're just gonna
Just
knock
keep it
me
down
Oh,
there.
dreidel,
I'm
we
not
will
gonna
play.
play
Yeah,
anymore.
It's like
Hey.
a cat.
What's your favorite thing to do on Big Thursday?
I like to go down to the big lake, and I like to put on my little.
What? Hang on,
oh, you're
guys.
little?
Pause it. Roll it back. You like to put on your fucking what?
I like to put on my big skis
Okay.
The big
and get on my big boat and do a big amount of
Do a big flip with
do
a big smile
flip.
on your
Yeah,
face.
do a big flip, big smile on my face. It's shining. The sun is, and here's the thing: the wonderful thing about Big Thursday is
Yes.
that the whole day on Big Thursday, the sun is shining down. And can you think of anything bigger?
Do you know who you see in the woods when you're skiing around? Bigfoot,
Big Bear.
Big Bear. They're all out. It's their
Actually,
day. It's
When
their day.
and the lake I go to is Big Bear Lake. Funny you should
That
say
is
that.
very big. That is very
That
big.
is a legitimate
big.
lake that exists, is Big Bear Lake,
Mhm.
which is hilarious in every way. I don't know why you're.
It's definitely big.
What are you screaming about?
I just We should talk about how he says this. So my dynamic with both of you guys is that you will be having like a louder conversation, and I will say something that I think is funny to myself quietly in a corner. And every time I've done that on this trip, Ted has turned to me, locked eyes, and said, "What are you screaming about?" It's like in such an accusational way. I'm like, I don't know.
It's the funniest. I mean, I think the funniest thing about it has been a struggle to figure out of our dynamic is that Schlatt and I are just stupidly aggressive individuals.
Here's the thing, and you can get Ted going even further.
I can.
You can rile Ted up, and then Charlie will just act like
you got me riled up. You got me a little riled up on the turtle episode.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We ended that episode.
I was a wreck.
You were a wreck.
I was a wreck. It was
and
difficult.
I was wrecked because we ended that.
Dude, you got Punman. That if there was anything to get Mr. Punman over here, that was it.
That was funny.
Well,
that was awesome.
We ended the episode, and I think Ted ended it on like this note of "fuck all turtles, I will kill all turtles."
Charlie's like one of his.
And I'm like through tears.
I was
like, no.
I wasn't even like. I couldn't even. I was like tunnel vision. I couldn't even hear that Charlie was saying that like one of his favorite stuffed animals growing up. Like I remember it now.
I brought him. I'm pretty sure the editor cut it out as well when I brought out my favorite stuffed animal. Just fully eliminating anything empathic about it.
Yeah. Anything empathic about it.
I don't know.
But
sympathetic.
Yeah. So I mean, that is the
Yeah, and then I imagine when that episode goes out, they're gonna cut the part. I was like, I'm like in tears, reaching for the camera, and before I can even say no, the editor's gonna be like,
the episode is out though. It's been out.
It came out.
Yeah, and I bet all the people in the comments too are like, let's take them out.
Well, actually, somebody in the comments,
you did.
Somebody in the comments says that my voice sounds like telling someone that their dog just died all the time.
Can you tell me my dog just died?
Hey, Charlie.
Well, hey
Charlie, how you doing?
Maybe start off with like, hey bud.
Hey champ.
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay. What's up? Is there something?
Do you have any peanut butter for lunch?
I had a whole lot of peanut butter. I'm actually having
you're
really
gonna have a
good
lot
day.
of extra peanut butter because you can't feed it to your dog because it's dead.
What?
What?
I was gonna give him so much peanut butter.
Basically Michael Vick showed up to the door the other day.
Michael Vick?
Michael Vick, the founder of Vic
the Vicks Corporation, the Vic chest rub?
No.
Who's Michael Vick?
Bora, if you could search up Michael Vick real quick, or you don't have to.
He's not Ian. He's not. We don't have Ian right now on our.
Borif, come.
Oh my
come
God,
on in.
yes.
Borif's coming. Yeah, Borif, come on in.
Come on in, Borif.
Borif has been producing the podcast.
He's been doing a phenomenal job. Everyone, give it up for Big Borif.
This is Big Borif.
Yes.
Borif, everybody. Real quick before you start talking, you forgot to turn the lights on. Again, this is like the second time.
Does it look good?
I mean.
Yeah, so
it looks great. Yeah, we'll take care of the lights right now. How about that?
He's about to.
Well, it doesn't actually look like they're coming.
For our audio listeners, love you to death, and I realize most of Chuckle Week I haven't been saying.
Here we go.
Let's give
it up for Borif.
All right,
some nice hairline.
Thank you.
See, now once Borif entered the sphere, I mean, we all sort of lit up, literally.
Big fan. Big fan of
we
Borif.
walked into the studio the first day of Chuckle Week, and I shook Borif's hand, and he goes, "Hey, I'm Chris," and I'm like, I remember this guy from somewhere. And then one of the coworkers walks in, and she calls him Borif, and I'm like. He had
his whole life.
PTSD,
it was like the Ratatouille moment where he
a
flashes
little bit of a nod.
It was weird because it's like you're plainly more famous than me, and you recognized me, and I was like, "This is real weird." This is like meeting a porn star, and then they recognize you. It's strange.
They recognize you from college.
Not recently.
Not recently.
Borif, you slide down.
That's classic Borif.
A lot of them would come in at Machinima. It was a thing.
But you.
Well, yeah, I recognize Borif from Machinima. Respawn,
which is very funnily, and we have to make a little bit of. Schlatt needs to admit something to the audience here.
We've said this multiple times.
Admit it.
We've said this multiple times.
You're a criminal.
It's more of an homage at this point.
Okay. The only reason why he's saying homage is because Borif gave him that out. He gave him that exit right there.
Machinima used to run a show called Inbox with Mr. Sark and Scene Anderson Hutch and more recently APL Fisher. But I say recently, I shouldn't because the show ended like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
And Boref would often come on the show. They'd often pull him aside and just drag him into the studio and tell him to
It would be like an instant thing where I'd be like just eating my lunch and then they'd kind of like come over and just like,
Kinda like
a
what
cop
happened.
grabs
Yeah, I was
you.
going to say, like, what we're
Kinda
doing
like what's
right
happening
now.
literally
right now.
Or it's like you're minding your own business, like, all right, come in, you're gonna be on set. Okay, get ready. And they put a little hat on me and then be like real tense, and then they'd be like, okay, and now we're gonna do a bunch of rapid fire questions.
So we've got a couple rapid fire questions for you here.
favorite color, go.
Red, I think.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Just a test.
Yeah.
But yeah, Inbox was a question answering show. And one of the questions that they were asked one time was, would you rather have unlimited bacon but no more games, or games and no games?
Unlimited games.
Yeah.
But no unlimited
I think
games,
Schlatt
no
sort of
games.
like embellished the actual statement a little bit. Like,
Well,
The
the thing is I would see this happen. Like Sark would ask that question and people would melt down. They would like try to figure out, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like unlimited but no games?
But
But bacon, and they would just freak out.
Have you ever answered it yourself?
I think I
come on,
might
Boris.
have.
Or if we have
What's it gonna
we have
be?
an inquiry for you.
Would
Go
you
ahead and
rather?
pose it.
unlimited
Would you
no
ra-
games. Okay.
Would you rather
Let's get
have
there.
unlimited bacon, but no more games, or
Or
would you rather have games?
unlimited games,
but no
but
more
no games.
How much bacon?
Unlimited.
Let's
But
take
An
it from the
infinite
top.
amount, potentially.
I'll
Okay.
go one more time.
Take it from
I mean,
the
is it
top.
ethically
For you,
sourced bacon?
Surely, Boref, you'd answer this question on Big Thursday.
Yeah. Huevos con grande. Yeah, that's how we celebrated out here.
Big bacon.
Did Boref just speak Spanish?
I think he just said.
Yeah, I think I said
Did you say
Huevos.
eggs?
Big
Big
eggs.
eggs?
Huevos grande.
Huevos?
Yeah, huevos grande
Huevos?
is big
Thursday?
eggs.
Yeah.
Huevos
Huevos.
grandes.
Jueves.
Huevos grandes. Yeah.
Huevos
Big
Huevos
con
is eggs.
grande.
Wait, is it jueves or it's huevos?
He said
Egg?
huevos. He said
Huevos.
huevos. I heard him say it.
Say this.
Egos.
Das ist gut.
What
Say this.
is this?
Das
This feels like
ist
it's
gut.
from something.
You were saying something already.
Say this. Say
play with him. Go with it. Go
Das
with it.
ist gut.
Das is good.
Mein
Mine.
Arsch Geiger.
Here, I'll say it with you. Das ist gut. Das ist gut. Mein Arschgeiger. You say that?
Say that.
I don't want to say it.
Say that.
There's a trick in here.
No, come say that.
Oh, no. There's no
Everyone
trick.
else-
It's a direct
Should
line.
I'll also say it. So it's das ist good.
Mein Arschgeiger.
Geiger.
Geiger. What does it mean?
You just said that is good.
My ass violin.
I had everything up until ass. I didn't know it was after that. It's got to be something good.
Another classic.
Yeah.
You know.
So I have
Ich
something.
bin ein Mann.
I have something you might be excited about.
Oh.
So remember that episode where I said I'm going to steal everything?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Take a wild guess what I might have stolen from that set.
Are you actually surprised in Schlatt?
Open the bag.
Whoa, what?
No.
Open the bag.
Boref,
Open the bag.
I swear to God.
Open the bag.
Wait, this
Schlatt.
is actually really cool.
This is really
is.
happening. Open the bag. What's in there?
Das ist
I
good.
swear to
What do you
fucking
think's in
God.
there?
I swear to fucking God if this is what I think it is.
Yeah. Open it up, Schlatt.
Schlatt, you have to open it. I'm
You
not
gotta
touching
open it.
that bag unless you touch it.
Oh my God. It is.
What is it?
Fucking is.
I have no idea what he's talking about right now.
Yeah.
Open it.
Holy
I knew
shit.
I knew when I was being fired, so I just went through and stole some shit.
This is the biggest Thursday you've ever had.
is the
Holy
biggest-
shit.
This is
Yeah.
the biggest Thursday of my life.
Yeah.
He looks so fucking happy. This is incredible.
Can you open the fucking bag?
Yeah. Open it.
It's him.
Open it.
It's him.
Yeah.
What is
That's not
that?
what I expected.
Oh, fuck. It's it. It's him.
Is it a
It's him.
tarantula?
It is a embedded
Oh,
tarantula.
Jesus
Can I see that?
fucking Christ.
Yeah. It's gross up close, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You took that shit.
I did.
Boref.
Yes.
This is a
thief.
real
I
tarantula?
cannot.
Yeah.
I honestly, that has made my entire week.
We
thing
need
is-
some context
That's
here because
wild.
this seems like something.
So what happened is this: Sark of he's like almost impervious to everything, but
Holy
he is terrified of spiders. So somebody who was watching Respawn knew that. They sent it in without warning. And there's like a 10-minute thing of Sark where he just couldn't handle it. Like it was just sitting on the shelf. And I remember the day we kept having to restart because he kept it just kept freaking him out because he'd catch it in the corner of his eye. And it's a giant, terrifying tarantula.
We have to keep it. We're going to keep it on the whole rest of the episode.
Oh my God.
We should have it
Wow,
on for
that
the
looks
other
really
guests,
good
too.
right there too.
It does.
That is
It's like he's
fucking
pouncing
crazy.
at the audience.
Schlatt, you're having like a real fanboy moment right
fucking
now. This is
awesome.
very
You
interesting
got to
to
get
see.
Sark on now. Like Sark, if this
Sark.
thing goes somewhere, you gotta get on with these guys. They're fun. These guys have been nice all week long.
Did
like,
you
no
say if
joke.
this thing goes somewhere?
Oh my God.
No, I meant, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
because,
if we ever get
because
this shit
I'm
off the
on,
ground.
Yeah.
You know, Schlatt was
Surely,
saying no
sure.
views because
Oh, well, now it's definitely going.
You know
Schlatt
what I
I
mean?
was-
was just saying that if Borif is on, like we're not putting Borif in the title. That's all I'm saying. Like I love you, Borif, but I mean,
No, I know. I get
you're
it.
not
Surely
pulling
you
any views with
understand.
the
I get it,
Chuckle
I get
Sandwich
it.
audience, but you're pulling with me right now.
I actually
I'm-
don't like the
Shit.
spider when it's facing us. I think I like it when it's facing them.
You like this?
It's
You like seeing that? You like
it
seeing that
up
guy?
close.
It's pretty big.
It's a lot. Like,
So
it's
for our
a-
audio
yeah.
listeners, love you to death.
Yeah.
I suppose I need to explain this. Borif has brought in a tarantula encased in
I cannot
a
fucking
resin
believe
that
happened.
has significance to Schlatt in his childhood memories and his inspiration for wanting to be a content creator in the first place.
The
So that's
spider.
the significance
The
of
fucking
of,
spider,
of
the
what's
same
going
one.
on here
Uh-huh.
for our
Yeah, you're gonna have
listeners
to have
right now.
Sark on now. You're gonna have to do it.
I used to. Here's what I used to do. I had a job at a deli when I was
Like the New York kid, of course he had a fucking
I
job
had
at
a
a
job
deli.
at a deli, and I used to sit in the freezer room behind all the drinks, where it was just a pile of more drinks and stock each individual drink.
Right.
And I was there for hours
Sorry.
at a
You
time.
guys got really cold.
Hours at a time, yeah. And I would just be shivering in there with like a winter coat on, and I'd be paid $5 an hour. And so
That doesn't seem legal.
no. And so what I did to pass the time as I was stocking shelves was I downloaded every single episode of Machinima Inbox Respawn, and I would just listen to them over and over again.
Like audio?
Yeah, the audio. But I also, if I unlocked my phone, I could see the video.
Right,
too.
of course.
But
Yeah.
it was mostly just the audio.
Wow.
And I know most lines from the show.
Really?
Yeah.
You just have them all memorized
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if you
How
have
often
them
do you bust them out
downloaded, that's
without us
probably the
realizing?
only place some of those exist now.
I know, because Machinima was just sold off to like Warner Brothers or something, right?
Yeah.
Was it Warner Brothers?
I can't remember.
Maker?
It's-
It was
was
Maker
super
or
weird.
something.
No,
Oh
it
my
wasn't
God.
Maker. I think they had an offer at one point for like $100 million for something,
Jesus Christ.
and they
Holy
were like,
shit.
no, more, and they kept going for more, and it just all fell through, and
Yeah.
like one of them went to jail, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened.
No, they went to jail because they just wanted so much money.
No, before the podcast, I mentioned to these guys briefly. There's this dude named Steven Ciamprivo who was involved in the
Is he Italian?
I don't know, maybe,
He sounds
Sounds like-
Italian.
but college admission scandals. He's one
Oh,
of the guys
right.
who
Yeah,
went
we,
to
talked- we
jail
talked
for
about this a
jail.
little bit.
Yeah.
One of the guys who ran Machinima went to jail
Yep.
for fucking the college admission scandal. What a weird cross of worlds.
Yeah, they actually had like an actor who showed up and played him in the movie. So it was very strange. Like the 30 or 40 people, most of them small fry enough, nothing happened.
Yeah.
He was the one guy who got like an actor
got
that
an
they
actor.
took time to find a guy who
Wow.
was just like him.
That's
Jesus
wild.
Christ,
crazy.
That is
Oh
wild.
my god.
But
But
once Machinima got sold off,
Hopefully that didn't.
they
inspire you.
deleted everything.
Oh yeah, it sucked because it was like
Why?
it's just the rights. Like I had access to all that stuff, and I was like, while I was there, like outside of the Respawn stuff, I was actually like backing up everything. So I had this huge
wow.
archive of everything. And
Did
Do
you,
you still
lose it?
have them?
nah, the problem is it's like it was in this giant thing behind my desk, and when they let me go, nobody else picked it up, so it was
Oh,
all
shit.
gone. So I have copies of stuff I was in, but a lot of that stuff's just gone.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mouth is getting dry with the spider
Uh-huh.
on the desk.
It's
Your mouth
scary.
is
Does it make you
getting dry?
uncomfortable?
Yeah.
It's not that scary.
It's actually there's a reason.
No,
I,
it's not. It's not that it's making me
It's like-
uncomfortable. It's just that that's
It's
the
shriveled
spider.
up.
It's the fucking spider.
It's shriveled up. It's the spider. It's not.
That's
It's
the
not. It's
spider.
not just like a spider or a recreation of like it. This is
This is
literal
the
part
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Schlatt's like
this is your childhood.
childhood
Yeah.
media.
Yeah, that was the day. It was like I knew I was getting fired because it's like we'd gone through like 3 or 4 rounds of layoffs, and I went to that back office, and Sark and APL had already kind of like gone off to do their own thing.
Have you been like just testing him throughout the week? Because you guys chat every now and then about like the Respawn stuff. Have you just been testing to see how big of a fan he was?
I didn't know. Well, the first thing you guys said, I thought of that thing, and I was like, I don't know. Is it weird to bring it in? It's going to be kind of weird if I bring it in.
That was really
That was
cool.
the move.
Okay.
No, that
So
was
cool.
that was the.
Well, I'm
that
glad
was
it was well
paper
received.
bag too.
Yeah.
You laid it down on the
Yeah.
table, and I was like, oh fuck.
Well,
I know.
actually, I have it in the paper bag because my wife hates spiders, so she
Oh.
kept finding it, and I kept hearing the
Hide it
scream,
around
and
the
I was like,
house.
oh, she found the spider again.
That's hilarious. What the hell?
Yeah.
What up, Chucklers? It's Ted here talking about today's sponsor for the episode, Babbel. When you're traveling to a destination that you don't know the language, it can be challenging to accomplish even the simplest of tasks. I know firsthand one time I went to Spain and France and I didn't know a lick of either language except for hola. Thankfully, there's Babbel, the #1 language learning app. Through Babbel's bite-sized lessons, you'll learn new language skills that you can actually use in the real world. From greetings, menus, and directions to gaining a deeper understanding of the culture, Babbel is a travel essential. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it a perfect tool to learn a new language on the go. Other language apps use that stinky artificial intelligence for their language lessons, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts. With Babbel, you can choose from 14 different languages, including Spanish, French, Italian, and German. Plus, Babbel's speech recognition technology allows you to improve your pronunciation and accent. Right now, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you will get an additional 3 months for free. That's 6 months, baby, for the price of 3. Just go to Babbel.com and use promo code CHUCKLE. That's BABBEL.com using the spiciest promo code around, CHUCKLE. Thanks for listening, folks, and now let's get back to the episode.
So you just stole it out of the office?
Oh, yeah. I went
What else
back.
did you steal?
Oh,
No fucking way. He's got more shit.
actually, here's one you can take. That's the
the mic.
Yeah, it's the mic.
The
That's
mic thing.
when Hutch
Oh
was
my
going fuck Borif. That's the one he was using.
No shot.
So
You want to
yeah.
hear something funny, Schlatt?
What?
I actually have from a past PAX, machinima fingerless gloves.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
What packs?
What?
which
Yeah,
packs?
I
You
might
Like
have
been
the-
to the one I was at.
Price
The
tag.
packs
I have
the
them.
packs where you guys had the
gonna-
the
Yeah,
thing with the
absolutely
thing
should.
hanging overhead,
So happy
like the
for you.
big
That's
machinima thing
Oh, okay.
with the
yeah,
TVs
yeah.
around it.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. I was probably at that PAX.
Really, we were at the same PAX.
Maybe, yeah. Were you in like
PAX East.
PAX East?
It was
Yeah.
I don't know what
2012.
like maybe 2013, I think.
Okay.
Damn.
Was that the one in Boston?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
all
yeah.
PAX East are in Boston. Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I probably was there,
that's crazy.
running around with.
You-
I somewhere in my childhood home, I saw 'em when I was there last. I saw the machinima fingerless gloves. I gotta find them because they're hilarious. It's like they were just handing out these fingerless gloves to people, and
A lot of the stuff in Machinima didn't make a ton of sense in hindsight.
well, it was so funny because it was like the most. Even when in like 2013, I was like, this is ridiculous. It's like fingerless gloves is like gamer high speed. Like this is the best thing ever.
Yeah,
So,
but no.
Yeah.
But no.
I mean, they did all sorts of stuff. It was crazy because it was like they were competing with Twitch. So it was
Mm-hmm.
like for years they had like bigger
Machinima
booths.
was competing with Twitch.
Oh yeah, back in the day, they thought they were going to like take Twitch down. They thought that
Did they have their own
Machinima was gonna be
website?
it. Yeah, machinima.com. They started out as like a forum, like a gaming forum. They got bought out by the Debevoise, turned into a massive company, had big
We're living in the
buyout of
bad
stuff.
ending right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Wow.
If anybody
No,
has, I know you guys are a comedy podcast. If you have any questions about business, about how Machinima worked, I'm fine talking about it.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
this
just
is
so
also
interesting.
cool.
I mean, machinima. It's one of those things where, for our audience, it's gonna be like it is definitely. I don't
know
really
who's
care
gonna know
though.
what
I don't
we're
really
talking about.
care.
I don't
Yeah.
really care though. This is
It's
so
very, very
interesting
cool.
for all of us.
Because like for the three of us, like
This is what we grew up
it's
on.
like it's one of those things where it's like with YouTube, there's like these. It's like generations with human beings, except it
Mhm.
comes in shorter waves. It's like 10-year sort of waves.
yeah.
So like Machinima came before us, like maybe a generation before us, but we were the ones who consumed that content at the time. So it's for us, it's very, very cool. But then there's probably people who are watching that in fucking 10 years,
Yeah.
before 2040, the collapse of just society in general.
Yeah.
Just-
Like you gestures over to me, like it's my thing that I'm causing.
I mean,
in the car.
this is something
like
that
when
you
Charlie
brought up.
causes the societal
That's,
in the
collapse.
car,
that's a
driving
bit of a
breakfast.
sidebar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Charlie was like, total human collapse is coming. in
MIT
2040.
says total human collapse will come in 2040 is what he said on our way to
Yeah,
breakfast.
yeah. They were like, "Happy Big Thursday."
We're on
and I
our
was
we're
like,
on
how
our
many
way
do we
to
have left?
breakfast, by the way. Our first meal of the day, and
Most
Charlie.
important meal of the day.
Yeah, you got to start off your day with like a major apocalypse prediction. It's the important
Yeah.
thing.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And slash prediction, inevitability, guys.
Mhm.
We talked about a lot too. We talked about how Bangladesh is going to be like underwater. Same with Florida.
11% of the land is going to be underwater by 2050 is the thing that I saw.
Well, I don't really care about Florida.
I thought you were about to say Bangladesh.
Yeah.
And for some reason, that sounds worse.
That would have been a Boris
I
moment.
think it's okay to not care about Florida. Yeah, I don't know. Florida could go.
So
It could. It
this,
definitely
really
this is
could.
for
Definitely could. That's a mic.
show.
It's
Yeah,
for
It's a mic shield. Yeah, mic stand.
It's like when you
shield.
see the gamer reporters and they've always
Oh
got
yeah,
little-
yeah. We're using these now, and we have all the lavaliers. But back in the day,
Right.
it was all like just had to hold your little microphone and do that.
It's all flashing me back. It's
Mhm.
so cool.
Yeah. What were
That's
some of the more questionable decisions Machinima made throughout your tenure there?
Oh man, we had a live stream where they brought in fire girls.
Fire
What is a
girls?
fire girl?
They're women who are, their job is it's the performance art.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's they
We're all going to be fire girls in
eat
2050.
fire. They
yeah.
they spin fire.
fire.
It's
Yeah, it's all this acrobatic
The world's
stuff.
burning.
But the place we actually were doing live streams was this little like kind of rat trap room, and it had a lot of like exposed dry wood at the ceiling.
Oh.
So these ladies came in and they're like blowing like fireballs and the ceiling is like singeing. I'm seeing like the cobwebs that are up there just like creeping back.
This is so funny too because I could just imagine Borif being just that like sort of silent observer that sees all of these things happen and seeing
Yeah.
all the problems with them, but stewing and saying nothing and just enjoying the ride.
You picture
I mean-
yourself smash cutting like back of a police van with a trauma
Yeah.
blanket on.
Well, it was just
Yeah.
funny because like I'm seeing this happen. I'm like, oh yeah, these producers are gonna have a problem. And like somebody down the hallway saw what was happening on the live stream, and I just start hearing these like running down the hallway to stop the fire girls from shooting anything, and the
Oh
rest
my
of it was
God.
like
Oh
them
my
just
God.
whipping like rings around and doing that.
That's
But-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, so for context for people who are watching, what was your like role at Machinima, and I mean, what's your general role right like here at like Game
Oh,
Grumps?
well, I was a production coordinator here. There I was post-production supervisor is what happened. So I essentially was put into that position. I was handing out gear and all that stuff. I was a camera guy for Respawn for a long time. It was, a young YouTube company, so I did everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, towards the end, I was actually the guy putting the watermark on every video.
Oh, really?
I had automated my job. They didn't know for a year.
Nice.
That
Before
was
they-
all you did?
That's all I did for a year.
Wait, how did you automate your job?
It was like you just drag the files into a thing and let it go, and nobody else at the company, like I kept telling them, I was like, guys, I've automated my job. I can do anything else. And they kept going, yeah, but you're so good at it. And I was
So
like,
they didn't understand what you were saying when you said you literally had automated your
the
job.
little like machinima thing that
You're
swoops in at the
yeah.
beginning?
You're
That's
so
you?
good at doing it with robotic
That was
consistency.
you every time?
that was me. And I kept telling them, like, you guys know.
Well, it's
like,
the same file.
but
You're
I
the
was-
swooper?
Yeah, I was the swooper, but I
Oh
was
my
like, you guys
gosh.
can just put in like the lower third, like
times I saw
little
that
bug
swoop?
on it, like in
Yeah.
YouTube, because they supported that, and they were like, yeah, but people can download it and they can re-upload it, and we really don't want people like re-uploading Machinima's like important
That's true. You
property.
did put the watermark in the bottom right.
The little M?
Huge,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about the
Ah.
annotations on every single Machinima video. Why was there one that said "Eat this"?
Oh God. Oh God.
Every single fucking Machinima video was polluted with annotations.
You know what
just
occurs to
random
me?
annotations.
There are probably people watching this that don't know
even know
what
what
YouTube annotations
annotations
are.
were.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
kind of bummed when they got rid of them because it was what I
Oh,
used
yeah,
for
I
my
was
end screens.
They're like little sticky notes that you put on top of the video elements. So now it's like end screens. You used to put like a little box.
Right.
Yeah.
The end screens now look so much nicer than the annotations that the
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
used
They
to
were
have.
like
They
little
used
like
to-
they were like a sticky notes app. that you put
yeah,
on
they
top
used
of
to
your
be like
videos.
little
Yeah.
red or blue matte boxes. That
And it could only be boxes, right?
you
Yeah.
can only
do
be boxes,
circles,
and you
could
could
do
only use
anything else.
you could only use like one type of text too,
Yeah.
and it was like
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it was
You
like
could type
a
in it. You
big
could type in
box, and then in like the upper left it was like
Mhm.
Follow link in bio for download, like if you're looking for a tutorial or something like
of
that.
course.
And all the old viral videos that used to go viral, they'd put them everywhere.
Yep.
Like I remember I was like a kid, I tried to show my friends Honey Badger and like it kept popping like all the Honey Badger merch. And I'm like,
How old were you when
Honey
Honey Badger
Badger.
came out?
Me? Oh man, I wasn't a virgin.
You're my favorite guest. Whole podcast.
What a strange way to determine a
I mean, I was
understanding
older.
of time.
As if Honey Badger was the thing.
I
Yeah,
wasn't a
that was the
virgin.
moment I lost.
Song. That
Yeah,
was the song.
I lost my my
that was
innocence
playing in
to
the
Honey
apartment.
Badger. Yeah, I just remembered it on the computer in the background as the lovemaking was happening. Yeah.
Badger.
Badger,
No, it's-
mushroom,
no, it's-
mushroom.
Honey Badger
It helped
was like
with
the
the
Honey
rhythm.
Badger don't give a
That was
shit.
The fuck are
he had it on for the sake of rhythm.
Snake. Oh, Jesus.
Snake. You say?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
This is
hilarious.
awesome. This is a great
So
podcast.
why
But
did they have
the-
so many
The
annotations
deal,
on them?
oh my God, they had a marketing team there that was like 30 or 40 people. It was
30
crazy.
or 40 people? That's way too many
Oh
people.
my God, they had so much money. They were like buried in like capital funds, and it was like what is it, capital investment. So the deal is it's like all these guys who are business dudes, like you guys actually do YouTube, you're into gaming and all that, and you kind of get it. The people
Yeah.
who bought Machinima, they bought Machinima the name from like a forum where everybody was really into game stuff. And then they didn't really know what to do with it because these guys were like ESPN type dudes.
Oh, okay. So this is
Oh.
like a company that basically just buys up things and hope
Yeah.
that eventually they'll be able to turn a profit. They just
Bingo.
keep buying up
Bingo.
companies.
So what they had,
I know something very
Yeah.
similar to that happened recently,
yeah.
but I won't say.
So, but to answer that, what happened was that they were all trying to figure out how to like beat the algorithm at the time because they wanted it to go to like 1 billion views and they wanted to be able to sell. So
That'd be
they hired
cool.
this giant team, and their whole deal was just running spreadsheets to figure out what the trends would be.
Their videos
Mhm.
look like a spreadsheet after that.
Yeah. So that's why it was like they'd have that like Bite Me was like a big series.
Oh, fucking bite. Yeah.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is
Eat
Bite Me?
this. Whenever you click on eat this, redirect it to bite me.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
Bite Me?
That's when you eat this.
When
They
you
had-
eat this.
Yeah. It was like this TV series they tried to do because they were like trying to do YouTube Red before YouTube Red was a thing.
Yeah, they had Machinima Prime.
Yeah. So they'd
Yeah.
throw like tons of money at these things, and then like they'd come out, people would watch them, and then it would go on. But it didn't really go anywhere, and that was the problem.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that like there are certain shows that I see that seem like, I don't know, it seems like a lot of these things have sort of become what they're supposed to be these days with like, have you ever seen on TikTok, I've never watched it on YouTube, but the Actually show, have you seen that?
No.
Have you seen what I'm talking about?
Actually,
it has
is that something? Is that like a radio show? I feel like I've heard that.
no,
on radio.
it's
No,
it's the
I'm thinking of wait.
oh my
Don't
God,
Tell
who's
Me.
the D&D guy that we were talking about?
Dan Harmon?
No,
Spencer Crittenden?
Brandon.
Brandon Lee Mulligan?
Yeah, Brandon Lee
I
Mulligan
love that
is
guy.
on it. He's on the Actually show.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like is it like College Humor?
I think it's part of College Humor or something like that. It's like they seem to be doing that like very well.
the College Humor just started doing a lot of like shorts channels. I've noticed.
Yeah,
Like, I've
but
actually, like-
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they-
feel it's
They do put on game shows now.
it is
College Humor.
yeah.
I think that's for they have a paid thing now too.
Yeah, they
Hey,
have Dropout. It's doing
Dropout.
really well for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that not a YouTube thing?
No, Dropout's where like they put like you can all of Dimension 20s like on Dropout. It's
Mhm.
they paywall stuff like full series and things. And it's pretty high quality content. I mean.
On YouTube, you can paywall stuff.
No, it's a
is their own
separate
service.
thing.
Oh,
Dropout TV.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys do Critical Role at all? Familiar with it?
I'm a fan of Critical.
Okay.
Well,
Like,
I've
Chris-
watched a little.
Chris Lockey is like working on that. I think as their set photographer, but he started at Machinima.
I fucking
Like,
know
think
that
he
guy.
writes for
he's
Lockey.
the bald guy who
Yeah.
wore glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is cool.
Chris Lockey is rad. He's one of the nicest guys. Who was always
I see- I-
super.
He's on Inbox too.
super
I know.
into
It just
D&D.
makes me so happy to just kind of like see
Yeah.
Schlatt just like he's
Be
lighting
happy
up
for
so.
once.
Well, yeah, no, I mean
This is
Schlatt's.
a once in a lifetime.
mean-
this is fucking Big Thursday,
This
man.
is Big Thursday,
I
baby.
mean, trust me when I say when Schlatt landed off his plane, it was like a fucking cloud was falling on him the whole time. He was just
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I can't believe I had to fly." Actually, I think I already said this on the podcast. Like when Charlie and I showed up, Charlie hasn't seen Schlatt in like a year and a half, and the first thing he says is like, "My flight sucked."
Yeah.
And he had a cut on his face. So I was like, "Well, how'd you get a cut?"
Huge cut
Cat.
across my whole nose.
He's just cat and he walks
It was
away.
still
across my whole
literally
nose,
the same
just
size as it is
up
now, but
from my forehead all the way down.
Yeah,
Full
but
scar through
what,
the
but
eye.
the
Scar.
moment
Blinded
that
one eye.
the moment that the Borif and Schlatt made the connection, the whole week changed around.
Yeah.
And Schlatt started, prancing around. He's dancing.
I was doing my funny dance.
He's doing his funny.
This whole
if
week's
you
been
s-
super exciting. It's been so much fun having you guys here, and it's like no joke. You're the second person I've ever run into who has recognized me.
Well, I recognize you every day we come in.
I know,
now.
but it tickles the hell out of me
Okay.
because literally nobody
Don't
else
say
has
it
done
tickles
that.
the hell out of me, please. Don't say that.
I enjoy it.
Come on,
Okay.
if
You
he's
can
some,
say
like
it's
think about
nice.
this.
Yeah,
think
the
about this.
recognition,
Don't
it'll
say
only
it
get you
tickles.
so
Don't say
far.
tickles.
Schlatt,
You don't like
think about
tickles?
the context here. I mean, he did.
It's got him
9
buzzing,
years ago.
It's got him buzzing like a minke
Yeah.
whale,
Yeah. Well, some of those videos helped my wife fall in love with me.
Really?
Yeah, because we were dating when those happened. So what would happen is I
She would watch him.
Is
Yeah.
your wife a Borfer?
She's a bit of a.
she was
That
once we got
sounds like
together.
more
yeah.
inappropriate than it should for some
know.
It
reason.
does.
And now his wife is just a Borif.
Actually, she's a hill.
She kept her last
yeah.
name.
Yeah, because no one wants to be
No
a
one
Borif.
wants Borif.
What a weird
Yeah,
one
yeah.
to, yeah,
fair.
that's one
fair.
to die
No, I
on.
get
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I get that.
It's still a strong last name.
That's a hill to die on. Hey.
I think, but
Go
I
ahead.
definitely could see how if like Hill could definitely be. That's a
It's
solid,
mostly the trickiness
short-
on phone calls because people can never spell the last name, and they
Right.
also can't spell my first name because it's got a K in it. So on paper, I always get mistaken for a lady until I show up, and then people are like, "Oh,
And they say, oh my God, it's Borif.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not a Christina. Okay,
Chris Borif.
Mhm.
Chris Borif. Chris Borif.
Crisp Borif.
Chris Borif.
Rice Crispy.
Rice Borif.
This is some weird word association we're gonna.
Creamy Borf.
Cream of spinach.
Cream of Borf. Cream of Borif.
Creme Borflay.
Creme Borflay. Creme Borflay.
I've never been more upset by my own name.
So okay, so you did Machinima.
Mhm.
It fell apart. People
Yeah.
were rioting in the office. There was things on fire. It was kind of like SpongeBob's brain in
Mhm.
that one episode. What else besides those things did you end up stealing?
Oh, a couple monitors.
A couple monitors. You stole some monitors.
I mean, they're cheap.
I guess there's
I
there's
just
no
picture you running out with a box, the company going up in flames
I
behind
mean,
you.
it was a really disorganized company. So a lot of that stuff was sitting around getting busted in boxes.
What was the day like when you got when?
Oh,
How many people got fired that day that you got fired?
Oh man, I mean, I was in the third or fourth wave.
Wow, that's crazy.
They
the
cared
wave.
about the watermark.
Yeah,
They cared about the watermark
Yeah.
a lot.
Wasn't gonna
but
put a
yeah,
cell
I mean,
phone.
it was probably like, I don't know, like 16, 17 people. We were all sitting in there, and I knew it was going to happen. So I already had like Bioshock Infinite waiting to go at home, and I was like, I don't know what you guys doing for the rest of the
That's
day, but
when
I know what I'm doing.
It was so. This was when that game came out.
Yeah,
I remember that game. That game was.
I
I really liked that Bioshock.
I was subscribed to
don't-
Game Informer around that time. I got the little like things in the
I-
mail. I was
I-
so
I
excited. I,
do-
didn't know the internet existed.
I do have a couple Game Informers as well. I don't know. The things about Game Informer, they're very fun to read.
This is making me very happy to talk about all this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved getting those and reading through it, and like that was the only way I knew right what was happening.
Mhm. Yeah. For me, it was PC Gamer. I was like a big PC Gamer fan. We actually
Yeah.
had like Rob Smith, who was like one of the editors for PC Gamer at Machinima for a while.
Are you
Oh,
a
very
PC guy?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'll play anything, but yeah, PC mostly.
When did you get your first gaming PC? How old were you? And what year was it?
I was 5, and it was a Commodore 64.
A Commodore.
And it would
wow.
have been 85.
Once you, if any context that Commodore comes of, you know it's an old computer. You know
Yeah,
that
yeah.
shit's like
Yeah.
Yeah, dungeon crawlers. I think that was the
dungeon.
That was a big one.
Was it like a text-based game?
No, it was a rip-off of Gauntlet,
It's like the
From,
top
like,
down
Australia.
player. I know
Yeah,
what you're
yeah.
talking about. Yeah.
but it was like a
Wow.
one player because I was like a 5-year-old playing it. But I played
course.
the Alien game a lot, even though I couldn't read.
Like
it's a strategy game.
It was Alien in a lot
I
of
love
ways.
the movie Alien, but I didn't know how to read any of the stuff.
When do children normally learn how to read?
I think right around then I was a little slow.
Why are you
Yeah.
offering
That's
this
okay,
up
Bora.
on Big
That's
Thursday of
all right.
all days?
I mean, it's big of me to
It is
offer
Big
up
Thursday.
my frailties.
that is true, and you're a strong man, Borif, and you've been this week has been awesome. I mean, Borif he's been dealing with a 3-camera setup. He dealt with
He's dealing with us.
Charlie's
Yep.
insanity when he decided he wanted to set up the
Dungeons and
D&D.
You were great. You were great on that.
I'm sure that
Charlie.
Charlie was running
Yeah.
around and maybe even frothing at the mouth, if I
he was
dare
great.
say.
We're gonna have to clean up that fogger later though, because like what happened is they took it back in the truck, and I forgot to tell them like keep that sucker upright, so they put it sideways. So
Is that not good?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of fogger juice all over the inside now, so we're gonna clean that up, and hopefully they never find out about it. But we'll see about it.
You say into the camera. Oh man, it's all right.
But
Damn.
yeah.
So now you're with Game Grumps.
Mm-hmm.
What
Oh
do you-
yeah.
What do you do here?
Oh well, I'm
More
the
than
production.
watermarks.
Yeah, way more than watermarks. Yeah. Came here from Harmontown. Basically, they hired me on to be the production coordinator, so I'm keeping their schedule going. I was keeping everybody going through COVID and all that. And now I'm kind of directing stuff here. So it's like I'm helping set up cameras and stuff like that. So it might keep going this way, or we might hire someone else to do some directing. We'll see what goes on.
Well, we think you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Thanks, fellas. Well, I think you guys are doing a great job.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah.
Whatever. Or I've said we're doing a great job.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a very, very cool week thus far. I
Yeah.
mean, we're essentially preparing for the final stretch of the week because it is Big Thursday, of course.
It's a big thing.
Big Thursday.
So we've got
Mhm.
2 other guests today, and then we've
Oh,
got
yeah.
3 on Friday, and then we've got 3, almost maybe 3 on Sunday. So
It's a lot.
Does Sark know where this went?
I've told him a couple times, and the only response he's had is like, "That thing is cursed." I do have his number though, so every once in a while I'll just text him a photo to be like, "Hey, Sark, what's
Hey,
up?
bud.
Remember this guy?"
Yeah.
Might text him a photo today with you holding it, just to
Oh,
like
yeah.
make sure he's
Yeah,
aware.
please.
Because he's got to get his butt in here. He's got to be on the show.
I agree.
I definitely agree with that. I'd like to get Sark
That
on,
would be my second favorite episode.
as opposed to this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how Sark could ever top what Borov came in and did with that.
Sark-
That's
yeah,
like
no, that's big.
I mean,
That's
Big Thursday.
Sark himself is bigger than the spider. That's the thing. Like he also
he's
is
just a
way
big guy.
way taller on camera, like way taller in person than he is on camera.
How
like,
tall is he?
oh my god, he is like 6 foot, like 5,
This is fucking
8.
ridiculous. Why is everyone
6'5'8".
I mean, I don't remember the exact size. I just remember every
If
time I
he's
talk to Sark.
6'8", that's insane. That's
Yeah.
a crazy height.
I mean, I'm 6 foot, and whenever I talk to Sark, I felt like I was talking to my dad because I had to look up like this. Also, he put out that vibe. He put
Yeah.
that vibe out all the time.
Dad
Yeah, for
vibes.
real.
Mm-hmm.
He was almost 50.
Everybody who does this job is very tall.
except
tall.
me.
It's
So
a
there
big
is dad
charm.
vibes
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's an LA thing.
It's
Everybody
really
out here is
annoying.
just tall. It's weird.
It's because we eat
It's
our
really
Wheaties
fucking annoying.
on Big Thursday. We have yeah, that actually brings up a good point. Borov, what are your Big Thursday resolutions?
That's a good question.
Well, how my people usually celebrate Big Thursday.
My
Your
people?
Hey, my
He's
people.
German.
Yeah, I'm German, and in the German tradition, we go and we
He's
get
big.
a nacho Belgrande because it's big,
big.
Ah.
and you get the biggest Baja Blast possible because you also want to hate yourself a little bit because it's not just to get the biggest thing; it's to make the biggest mistake on the same day.
Oh,
Right.
that's
Big
a very,
Thur-
very good point.
That's a very
It's
good
for big
point.
mistakes.
Big Thursday is for big mistakes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
No, that's
Lent
true.
and Easter in the same day.
In fact, there was already a big mistake this morning. I mean, Schlatt almost got into a big accident.
I almost got into a big accident. I was pulling my Tesla rental out of our driveway. There was someone else who was also just like backing up, and we almost got into a big accident.
Yeah, I mean, we honked
Yeah.
at him and he didn't stop. So I was
No.
just like,
He
this is
didn't
what's
stop
happening.
when you honked at him?
No, he was in
no,
like.
he kept going.
Well, he was in a big truck.
He was in a big
He
truck.
was in a big truck. He
so,
couldn't see us.
are you guys all driving Teslas right now?
No, he
I
ran
rent
it. He
one.
ran
Yeah,
a
totally.
Tesla.
I
All
rent
the
one
time.
of those
I
every
drive
time
a
I'm in LA.
2002 Toyota Tacoma.
I actually
want to
drive
ask
two
you
at
to think
once.
about the Tesla really bad.
Yeah,
Does
sure.
it still have the insane button in it?
The what?
The insane
What's the
button?
insane
I don't
button?
think there's an
There was a
insane
button you could press that would just make the thing go from like 0 to 60 in 10 seconds. And a friend of mine
that's very
like,
slow.
hit it.
0 to 60 in 10 seconds.
In like
That's
1
Yeah,
just
but-
like-
second?
Well, it was very fast. It was like,
You mean the gas
it
pedal?
was enough
the
that I
gas
felt,
pedal, I think
yeah.
that's-
I think that's what
the
you're
gas
talking
Yeah,
about.
but it's like a button he hit.
That was-
and it
Look out! I'm
like-
gonna hit the
I-
insane
I
button.
think that might have been in the Model S's. You
Okay.
can't find any of those on Turo, so I
Okay.
usually rent the SUV or the Model 3.
Okay.
But it's still quick.
I would try the
Very
SUV
fast.
next time if you really want to give it another chance.
The allure is fading on me because I'd come out here and I'd rent a Tesla and it'd be this fun thing because I like driving the Teslas. I don't like being in them. The interface is just too clean.
It's a little upsetting.
It's too minimal.
Yeah, it's got that giant weird tablet in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
That's
look at
that's
it.
pretty much your only interface.
Yeah, that's the reason why I was thinking that Schlatt might like the Model S, because what's nice about the Model S is that it has
It's got a little screen behind
it's
the
got
wheel.
a screen behind the
Yeah.
wheel, which I don't understand why Tesla doesn't think that people are going to want a screen behind the wheel, because it's like literally the same thing as like looking at your phone if you're doing
Yeah.
that back
Yeah.
and forth thing. It doesn't make any sense.
I know.
And I think that Elon maybe doesn't understand the point of Big Thursday.
Well, Elon doesn't drive. He gets someone else to drive for him.
Are you sure?
I guarantee it.
I think they should
Mm.
just go classic with it. It's like back in the day, like when I was about your age. I think the big thing was that you drive around with those cars that would have the like TV in the back, and you just play porn on it on the
Those were-
highway. Just drive down the highway with porn playing.
I was
that
actually
how it
with
used to
you
work.
up until a certain point.
Oh, I mean, you
Yeah.
guys don't do that where
I
you drive
watched
down
like
the highway
Land
with
Before
porn playing?
Time.
Well, it does have Twitch. The Tesla does have Twitch on it, so you could just go to just chatting now.
Oh yeah, you could do
And
hot tub
just
streamers.
Go
Yeah,
to
yeah.
go to hot
Just-
tub zone,
Yeah.
Hot
and just play
tubs,
porn. if you want.
beaches.
Yeah.
I thought you.
I have no idea what the age group for this
ASMR?
podcast is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's okay. I don't think any of us really do either.
The age group.
This is taking it all over the place. We've gone on a wild ride here today.
I don't know. I don't think that we've ever really cared about our age group in terms of like how we speak.
Why don't you tell them that, huh?
I don't think that we really care about our age group in terms of how we speak. We just speak what we think is funny, and you will accept it, audience.
That's a real Respawn vibe, actually. You guys remind me of that quite a bit.
really.
Yeah.
Is that,
Wait,
that
that's
feels like a
like
high
a-
compliment
that's
for
big.
you.
That's a
Yeah,
pretty-
it's
that's
big.
a pretty
big
big
on Big
compliment.
Thursday.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Borif, I thought you were going to say for Big Thursday that you were going to go into the redwoods and light one of them on fire.
Do you know that the redwoods? I'm sure you're making a Respawn reference, but you know the redwoods are evolutionarily have
Don't
resistance.
tell me they don't light on fire.
No, they have resistance against fire. They said on like if California,
I'll fix that.
Wasn't there?
Oh,
a few-
there's
there was
a
something
reason
that
why
burned,
those things
though.
are like thousands of years old is that they've lived for that long is because they have a resistance to
Ordinarily,
fire.
I'd say Ian. Look that up.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
invent
look
something
up.
that changes that.
You're going to invent something to kill the redwoods, the
You
most
know,
beautiful trees
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
gonna go
in the northern
I'm gonna invent
American
I'm gonna invent
continent.
something.
Can you just use dynamite? I mean, they're made out of wood like
Thanks,
every other
Borif.
tree.
Yeah.
Blow those suckers up.
I mean, you can
Blow
also
'em up.
just cut it down. I
All
mean,
right,
you don't need
you
dynamite.
convinced me, Schlatt. That's it. From now on,
I'm gonna
fuck the redwoods. Cut
Fuck
down
the
every
redwoods.
redwood.
Fuck the redwoods.
Everybody
Let's
should
do it.
have
Well, wasn't
redwood.
there a huge fire of redwoods like recently? Yeah, there
Good.
was.
That's
Yeah.
what I like to hear.
California's ancient redwoods
Mhm.
face new challenge from wildfire.
You know what?
Yep.
Redwoods are stupid. You know
I
why?
thought
You know why they're
I'm not
stupid?
saying that
What's
they're.
that?
They have tiny, tiny root systems. You can knock those suckers over if you hit them hard enough with a car.
Really?
Yeah.
A redwood?
I think they have a root system that's like pretty flat.
Yeah, I'm gonna
If
show
you're
this
making it-
fucking
you're-
tree.
You're making it. I know, but the way he's talking about it, the way he's talking about it, you can knock those suckers over hard enough. You hit him with a car. Like it sounds like he's tried it and he's done it, and
Objectively,
he's
an insane thing to say.
like, yeah.
Well, you could do that at Joshua Tree too.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joshua
like-
Tree, the
like-
trees and
like
Joshua
those-
Tree.
Have you heard it?
Very weak roots. You
Mhm.
could just
They're
put
super
a
old, though.
hammock on them.
They're like 2,000 years old, each
Yeah,
of those.
just fucking
But have you heard about
tear it
that
out.
couple that's like they're in hot water because they moved somewhere in Joshua Tree and they pulled out like 5 Joshua trees and then they started building their house
Out of
Wow.
Joshua?
That one will get you in trouble.
right out of Joshua's nipples.
Joshua House.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they tore him right out of Joshua's asshole.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I think they got in trouble for the same thing on The Hills Have Eyes. Because I think they like burned the dad in that movie on a Joshua tree, but it's a real Joshua tree they set on fire with a dummy on it.
Oh.
Oh
God.
shit.
But I mean,
like the production of Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
literally didn't even. Wow, they didn't even take the time to fake.
Nope.
That sucks. See, Joshua, there's something about California.
wait,
they have.
why
so
does
many
that
good-
one suck more than the 5 people who removed, or the lady who removed 5 of them?
Well, because like production could have literally just created a prop. So it's like that's just absolute negligence on a large budget scale. Whereas like then at the same time you've also got like a couple of the things they can just get away
Mhm.
with. It's different kinds of
He's
stupid.
a film guy.
No, I get you. I mean, I think it's
Makes
time
sense.
that we cancel Wes
It's
Craven. It's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Who's what? Is that the director?
Yeah. Wait, you don't
Wow.
know Wes Craven?
I don't know.
You
what
don't
I
know. You don't know Wes
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Nightmare on Elm
Oh, yes.
Oh my
No,
God,
I
you're
do.
killing me.
Sorry. I don't know. I don't know
Oh.
horror movies as
No,
much.
it's okay.
as-
I just suddenly felt so old. I was like, oh my God, have I hit that point where I say a big name
Well,
director and
I
everyone's
really
like,
should
I don't
know
know who this
most.
Spielberg
I
guy
should-
is. I don't get it.
I should know more directors than I do, honestly. I don't know too many, and I went to fucking film school, so it's
You don't
kind
really
of
need
bad.
to. The auteur theory is bullshit.
The auteur theory?
Yeah, it's all nonsense.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's too much bullshit after you gave me that reaction.
Bazinga.
You just held your chest, and I just got put in a strange social situation. So if there's any motivation to learn all the directors, it's that.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we gauge everything we do here off of Borof's reaction behind the camera.
we actually
I
literally
look to
do.
Borif often, and
I mean, you guys are killing it.
I
Like,
was
yeah.
just speaking for myself, but I had assumed that you were also. I
We were all
realized when I
looking at
started doing the same
Well, yeah,
thing.
I'm glad you said we because I mean you hit the nail on the Ted,
What were you? I thought you were going to say
And the
like,
Schlatt.
nail on the tit.
on the head. But
Nice.
I agree with you. I do look to Borif. Usually he gives like a
yeah, he gives you the Borif.
Yeah, I'll say
which
a joke. I
could
won't look at
mean
you guys. I'll look at
anything,
Borif.
by the way. And yet it's still comforting.
It is.
Yeah.
If the day I see you nod your head no, I will be incredibly concerned.
Yeah.
It's
I
the
will
same
leave
thing.
the show.
That's the same thing I did on Respawn. I would just be like, yeah, go for it. Like when Hutch
Oh, so
started
you just-
yelling
so
at me,
you
I'd be
just
like,
do that?
yeah, go for it. Yeah, that fuck Borf thing. Yeah, great. Keep doing that. Yeah.
The way you say that, it sounds like you weren't happy with it.
Oh no, I was totally jazzed because I was like, all right, we got
Nobody
a bit.
says
Do this.
jazzed when they're actually jazzed.
Borif was buzzing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was buzzing like a
the
mink whale.
whales are buzzing. Yeah, there we go.
Buzzing like a mink whale.
Yeah.
Can somebody explain that for me?
Nothing.
Can we get a mink
Nothing.
whale on the show next?
There was no.
I think it might have been part of a conversation where someone asked me about Jennifer Lawrence, and I described Jennifer
Every
Lawrence as
fucking
looking like
episode,
an
we have
alabaster
spilled something
doll
on
or
whoever
something.
is sitting there, man.
Well, Borif, we got something for you. Before the end of the podcast, we'd like you
Surely.
to drink something.
Surely
Ugh.
you'll just take a sip of the thick water, just a little bit.
Just it's
So
it's
here's the thing.
water.
It's important we know what's going on behind the camera, and it's important you know what's happening on the camera. So here's a little thick water. You are supposed to
has this got into
refrigerate
it?
it thick.
It's just we shake it up. That's why it looks so
Is it gelatin?
It's xanthan gum
xanthan gum.
as well.
Wait, you guys backwashed into this. I remember that now.
Well, hang on.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
Fuck.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't,
No,
Borif.
we didn't.
All
Borif,
right.
what are you talking about?
For the bit, if I get AIDS, you guys are dead to me.
I don't think that's
Borif.
I feel like it's highly unlikely you'll get
I
AIDS.
don't have AIDS.
It's not bad.
Take another sip.
No.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Thank you so much for coming on, man.
thanks so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Best
on.
guest
And
episode
thank you
yet.
so much for
Awesome.
running the whole podcast
Yes.
this week.
Yeah.
If you guys want to know how this was possible, wouldn't have been possible without
Thanks,
Mr. Borf right here.
Well,
Hey.
love you guys. Thanks for being on. This is awesome.
Listen,
Yeah.
we're gonna give you the same treatment as everyone else. Opening up the floor. Got anything? Got anything you want to say? Got anything you want to plug? Go for it. Borf.
Okay. Well, after COVID started, I started a podcast, and you're gonna figure this out about LA. Every middle-aged dude you meet has a podcast,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
And you're
they're
gonna
all
listen to 'em all.
comedians. Yeah, I do a thing called Movie Trap with my friends, buddies from college. We usually just argue about movies, and it's three of us pick out a theme, and then go through the theme, try to pick out the movies, and then whoever picks the best one according to what our arguments were gets to pick the next one. So
That's
yeah.
awesome.
And what's it called? Movie Trap?
Movie Trap, yeah.
Movie
Trap.
trap.
And this is the most notice it's probably ever gotten.
Well, if you
Borf,
want to hear more
you're the
Borf,
bag. You're the bag the sandwich goes in.
check
after
out his
it's done.
podcast,
That's what I
Movie
think.
Trap.
What is Borif? What part of the sandwich are you?
Yeah, what part of the sandwich?
Oh man,
He's the
okay.
bag.
You know
said
this
it's
The
a
question.
bag-
You've heard it like
basically,
10
the
times.
I
sandwich
know.
goes in the bag.
I'm gonna be the lettuce.
Oh shit, Boris! Fuck!
You knew what you were saying.
I knew what I was
Oh,
saying.
Shit,
You
guys.
said-
Oh, maybe
No,
we'll see you later
I'll-
if he ever
I'll-
comes back.
Corned beef.
You, Borif.
I'm gonna be the corned beef
He's
Corned
going to be the
beef.
corned beef.
because it's a Reuben for me. I love Reubens. I can't eat them anymore, but I love Reubens.
Schlatt,
What?
you want to be sitting for the end of this podcast.
I do?
Yeah, you do.
What's the end of the podcast?
Borf you later.
I just wanted him to sit back down.
That's what we say.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Big Thursday episode of Chuckle Sandwich.
Big Thursday, Big Borf.
Bye-bye.
Keep
See-
borfing.
Bye-bye.
Don't stop
Smooches.
See you later.